Greetings and salutations, everyone. I am, as always, darthdevious, bringing you another video review, and this time, MP-13 Soundwave from Takara. Now, I will let you guys know, this is my very first Takara masterpiece. I have never had one of these giant boxes before. All my other masterpiece figures, Hasbro versions. So we'll take a quick look at this box. Nice, foil lettering on there. It's really nicely done. The back, I can't read any of it, so there's no point in pointing it out. Just shows you a lot of the stuff he comes with. A Megatron gun, the extra plate that has like schematics that can go under it, Energon cube. His one thing in the back becomes his gun, Laserbeak, which is really awesome. Actual size of the figure. So, yeah, very cool. I like this. My very first of these Takara boxes. So, they're nice, heavy duty. I can see why people enjoy them. Alright. We'll bring in Soundwave himself here. I'm going to bring the camera back down. And here he is in cassette mode. Cassette player mode, I should say. And this is really nicely done. I mean, it's very similar to the G1. I'll bring the G1 out in a little while. Show them off together in robot mode. I'm not going to bring the cassette version because it's pretty much the same. It's got some nice, molded details, switches and stuff like that. Nothing that actually moves except for, the power button here, and the volume control moves up and down just a little bit, just to give you a hint. And from the back, there's his weapons. Could say it's his batteries, though on the G1 they were actually covered up by a belt clip. And this actually comes off. This is something that plugs into his hand in robot mode. So yeah, take that off for now. Now, this actually came to me from my good friend Robert Dacus, who most of us who know him as Gus. And if you're on TFW 2005, he's Bulkhead on there. So, I really appreciate this. I've been... I don't know if I really was seriously looking for this figure, but it is fantastic to have in hand. I mean, this is probably one of the best masterpiece figures that have been made. Now, there is one thing I'm going to do that I don't normally do in my videos. I'm going to show off the transformation step by step, simply because a lot of people struggle with this part here on both sides, getting this loose. And all credit to Gus for this. Gus figured out a way to make that so much easier, and I'm going to show all of you guys how to do it. So first what we'll do is, now I got this from him because it has a slight flaw in the chest piece in this mode, where it sometimes doesn't want to open. See? Pushing the button, nothing's happening. I kind of fixed it, kind of not. It still sticks, but it'll open. And here's Laserbeak. I'm going to take Laserbeak out first. We'll transform him first, because he's very easy. And you got to flip out his wings on both sides. You push right here. There's a little button here. You push that, and it pushes up his head a little bit, so you can get a fingernail in there. Push that, and you come here and you flip these up. And I love how his weapons and jetpack is all integrated into his design now. And you can flip these wings back. Here are his feet. Flip him and rotate him. Lock his wings into position, and here we go. Look at this. That is a fantastic version of Laserbeak. Just very spot on to G1. Even has, if you push on this and lift it up, it's got the little scope in his head. How cool is that? I mean, seriously, how cool is that? Now, the only thing is, his head could have been on a ball joint or something so that it could swivel back and forth, but still, has a nice range of movement for such a small little thing. So I really like this. This is really cool. We'll put him back there. Now, Soundwave does come with a bunch of accessories. You know, this is his Energon cube, and you know, this comes off, plugs into his chest in robot mode. And on the Takara website, you can actually download a PDF where you can print out the thing to fill in the Energon cube. I haven't done it yet. Having problems with my printer, so it's not going to happen. Comes with this extra chest piece. This goes over, and what it is inside the instruction booklet there's schematics you can cut out, but thanks to Vangelis, he put a link up on TFW where he made another PDF file where those are included with the Energon thing, so you don't have to cut up your instruction booklet. But all you do is you'll take them, you put them in here, you put them here, and it's the schematic grid that he had in G1. Put that there. He also comes with the case for Laserbeak. Laserbeak does fit in there nicely. And he comes with a slight retooled version of the Megatron gun that MP-01 originally came with. And I say it's retooled because all this back here used to be flat and straight, and it used to just bend one direction, but now it bends in two directions. So it's a slight retool of the Megatron gun that we got with MP-01. It's really cool. Anyway, let's get down to transforming this guy, because it's very similar to his G1 self. There's a few extra steps. It's actually very easy. First thing I'm going to do is flip this up so you can flip these together. Alright, and this comes down like that, and you lock these in the back. Very simple. Now here's the part where everyone has a problem with. It's right here, these bits here that go onto the side of his legs. And what Gus figured out is, lift the foot up, then you can get the leverage to untab that, and there you go. It's just that simple. Now it's out of the way. You don't have to worry about it. And you can just bring his leg down, extend it, and it has a locking mechanism here. See? Extend it, it locks very nicely. These just get rotated down and around like that, and the foot just comes up, collapses in, and there you go. There's a leg. As you see, very simple. So like I said, lift up the foot, then you can get the leverage to push this out. See? Just like that. And it doesn't feel like you're going to break it that way, because a lot of people said it feels like they're going to break it when they're transforming him. So thank you for showing me that, Gus. That was a huge help with this figure. And you just untab his other leg, bring it down as well, lock it into position, put that off to the side, and you see, here he is. Now you can slide up his whole chest area so it locks into place. Here's his arms, just like in G1. We'll lift up a little bit because he's getting kind of big. He's got these here. They just flip down. Alright. Those lock in. Untab this here. Here's his head. Flip that like that. Open up his arms. Now, I'm going to show you this real quick while I got his arms open before I flip out his hands. He's got these speakers molded in here. He actually used these as weapons in a couple episodes of G1. Speakers like this. Most notably, the episode with the Dancitron, and where he was fighting Trax and Blaster. Yeah, so that's a nice little nod to G1 there. I like that a lot. You just flip out his hands, close these back up. I could show you the other thing. I mean, you can just take this and plug it in on one of these. See, there's little grooves there, and just plug that in, and there's that. But I like his hands out better. So close that up. There's his head, and you can take this. This one's actually permanently attached to him. And there's his shoulder weapon. And you got this one right? And you extend it, flip this out, which flips this out a little bit, and I don't really have the fingernails to pull this out. There we go, I got it. And you pull out that part of his gun, and this can plug into his hand. You know, it's got a groove. See how it's got the grooves on it? Just plug it right into his hand. Come on. Doesn't want to cooperate, does he? There it is. It's all the way back here. There we go. Then you can close his fingers. And here we have Soundwave in his robot mode, all nicely armed up, looking like his G1 self. This is a very, very, very good masterpiece figure. I mean, his feet are for the most part die cast. There's some die cast down here. Now he's got these little panels down here, and if you have Rumble or Frenzy, the masterpiece ones that are coming out, their guns can slide in there and store when they're inside in cassette mode. So I mean, he's got a lot of nice articulation to him. Head, it's not on a ball joint, but it's on a swivel here, and it's on another swivel this way, so he can get some really good looks. This, of course, can move around. Shoulders, 360. It's got a lot of ratchets and stuff like that. He's got a double elbow, which is really cool. He has a waist. Some heavy ratchets in his legs. Heavy ratchets in his legs. Heavy ratchets in his knees. He's got a swivel there and a swivel there. And then his feet, they're not on ball joints, but they have swivels and stuff like that, so they can get into all sorts of positions to help for posability. Give him a very stable footprint. Very stable. He is just a fantastic masterpiece figure. Really. Not as complicated as some of the earlier masterpieces as far as transformation goes, but he just has some great details. I mean, just look at all the red, the silver. On the back, he's got some nice silver details back here. Just really, I mean, they knocked it out of the park with this one. They really did. And I know we're getting a Hasbro version, and it'll probably be a slightly lighter shade of blue and maybe more white in it, like the cartoon version. But this is just awesome. I mean, look at that. Look at the face. Look at the face on him. That is just cool. That is Soundwave to a T. I mean, he really is a very, very well put together figure. As I see, that doesn't have any problem opening in this mode. Now, inside here, you can see inside his chest here, this actually slides back. He can hold 3 cassettes. Alright, and there's a little trigger back here. Boom. And boom. And there you go. So that's how you would have multiple cassettes inside him. Very nicely done. A very cool feature. And he's in scale with a lot of the other Masterpiece figures. I mean, here we'll bring in Masterpiece Thundercracker. And you can see they're nicely in scale with each other. Really. So, I know that with the Hasbro version coming out either later this year or early next year, whenever it's coming out, that a lot of people are going to wait because it's going to cost a lot less to get this figure. And I don't blame you for doing that, because it is going to come with all 5 cassettes, whereas he just comes with Laserbeak. So, that's not a bad plan, but I'm actually glad I have him now because he's really cool. Alright, now here's Masterpiece Soundwave with Generation 1 Soundwave. This is actually the San Diego Comic-Con reissue of Soundwave. Same thing. And, here's, G1 Laserbeak and the new Masterpiece Laserbeak. And yeah, the G1 Laserbeak's a tiny bit bigger, but not by much. I mean, the cassette modes are the same size, but this one looks so much more cartoon accurate, and it's just a better figure in my opinion. But I've always loved Soundwave and his cassettes. They've always been a nice thing to have. So, you know, as you can see, the Masterpiece is definitely much larger, and his deco is more show accurate than the toy deco here from the G1. So yeah, thought I'd just show them off together real quick, like I said. Alright. Now, he has a few other features. Let me show it off. He's got, like, see this here on his arm, this little clear part? Laserbeak on the bottom of his feet has grooves. You can actually take it, and now he's got Laserbeak on his arm. See that? He also has the same grooves on his shoulders, so Laserbeak can sit on his shoulder. Works better on this one because this gun gets in the way on that one. See? Laserbeak's on his shoulder. So, very cool. Very cool. So, huge thanks to my friend Gus for this. You know, I jumped at the opportunity to get it from him when he offered, so big thanks to him. Also, huge thanks to him and all credit to him for that little trick at the foot to get these side panels out. I mean, that is just, it's one thing I've seen a lot of reviewers struggle with as far as transforming him. And it probably would save you from wear and tear on the figure doing it that way. So if you can, just pass it on to people. And I didn't show these off, but these two buttons here, the rewind and fast forward, they actually push in, but nothing else does. So yeah, awesome figure. Soundwave, very awesome. Probably one of the best masterpieces we've had come out of the line. I'll say that after, we'll see if that still holds true once I mess around with MP-10, but, you know, we'll see. So there you go. Soundwave. If you can get him now, I recommend getting him. He is so worth it. If you want to wait for the Hasbro version, do so. You'll get all 5 cassettes. And from what I've seen of those, they are really cool. I mean, Laserbeak is a real winner. And, you know, Soundwave himself is just awesome. So, that's it. You guys be good. I've got a brand new Decepticon in my ranks. He may be silent at times, but the silent ones can be deadly.